Put it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? The Triad Hip Hop Podcast. Today is a very, very special day.
Very, very special.
First and foremost, we want to say Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo
for the brown people, the Mexicans. That it wasn't really for their independence. It was. I think I saw a video. It was for. They stopped I think they stopped the French from going into like the U.S. through Mexico, and and it wasn't really all of Mexico. It was just like one particular village or town.
There's way more to the story. I read up on it one time before, and I forgot, but it was something about that, something about the French and invasions and things like that. It is known more so for their supposedly independence or whatever, but it was more so about that, like you said. So,
but that's the thing, though. Independence from who?
I don't know, man.
Who were they trying to? Well, actually, they said it was Spain. I think it was Spain. I think that's the lie, or whatever they did.
That's the lie.
I think that was the one that the people that write his story was talking about.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
All right, we're gonna get into it though. We're gonna invite some people in. And we're gonna get with y'all in just a minute. So thank y'all for checking us out.
Basically, we're just gonna go ahead and because we're gonna talk about this guy. So let's just throw on some of this. You know the sad thing is, so I was going through looking for like the beats to for the, since we're talking about we obviously talking about Kanye.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is crazy going back and looking at the stuff and looking at all of what he did. I'm like, man. So I kind of see why he the way he is.
Right.
As far as like, I'm the great, I'm this. I mean, even T.I. said, and when y'all get into that, he said he's our Michael Jackson. Yeah. And when you think about it, what he did as far as like entertainment value, and how many people he produced for, and really how many styles of hip hop he has done.
Yeah.
He's kind of right. Because the stuff that he's done, and there was stuff that I was like looking at and like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, man, I forgot he did these beats.
Right.
There's so many artists that he like. I'm like, man, I forgot he did this stuff. But man, that's just.
Yeah, he's contributed a lot to the culture.
Yeah, he has. You can't.
He has, but
he might have his issues. You can say what you want about him, but the man put in work. You can't take that from him.
Right.
You can't take that from him.
Can't take it from him. What's up, Dominic, man? We here. We're finally here. We're a little late, but we're here. So
yeah, you know how black people do.
Thank you for joining us.
Especially this one.
Yeah, blame it on this one.
That's one thing that I keep with me on my black card. I come late everything. Late everything. Everybody gonna be dead on time. I'm gonna be dead late.
Right.
Yeah, man. Just welcome everybody. Just, get in here, sit on down, pull up a chair, drink you something, smoke you something. You know what I'm saying? Got a little sweet thing there, rub on something real quick, Do what you need to do. think this is probably about the time I kind of, I ain't gonna say veer away, but
you veer away from what?
Like Kanye.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So right when this was released, that was about the time you kind of drifted.
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay.
Drifted a little bit. But nah, man, I mean,
Zara Allen, what's up? What up?
Yeah, that's a little reason. Don't pay attention to that, yo.
That's one of them classic beats right there.
I think that'll be everybody. Yeah. I think we good. Okay. Yeah. We good. Alright. So, welcome everybody. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Kanye West. Why?
A little bit.
Why?
A little bit.
Everybody think the nigga crazy. And I really come by to tell you, I don't think he is.
He's not that crazy. He's not as crazy as y'all think he is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I really think that I feel that he feels that he's on to something. Yeah. I'll put it like that.
He thinks different. That's what it is. He kind of has this different way of thinking. So a lot of times his stuff comes off as crazy, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it's really not. So he got something going on up there. But we gonna figure him out one of these days.
Well, let's talk about the TMZ interview.
Okay.
Let's talk about the spin they did, because they definitely spin that shit.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the full interview. Have you seen the full interview?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's talk about both those things.
Yeah.
So on the spin, I felt like, they made him look crazy. They made him look nuts to me. Now the whole slavery was a choice. Well, how do you feel about that first?
Yeah, it's like, even when it first happened, when you just saw that clip, you know what I mean? For me, I was like, okay, I think I get his intention, but I think it was just a poor choice of words, in my opinion. I don't think he was necessarily crazy for saying it. I think he just looked at it the wrong way from a perspective. I think he was basically just saying, if y'all wanted to, y'all could, as a collective, just gang up on their ass, and this shit would have been over years ago. But there was even though there's a lot of physical abuse that went on, there was a lot of mental abuse.
Yeah.
So there was no way that we would have been able to come together as a collective. They turned the house slaves against the field slaves, so there was always that rift. Yep, what I mean? And plantation against plantation, so that couldn't have happened, and I don't think he really thought about that. I think he was just looking at it as there's strength in numbers, so y'all, that was a choice. Y'all just decided, and that's just the wrong way of expressing it. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Well, again, I think I understood what he was saying. I will say this, like you said, it was a poor choice of words. But back in those days, it's like, yeah, they could have took over, but hey, man, everybody else in the United States, they were white.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't really hide or anything like that. Yeah, you might get that plantation,
right,
but what else you gonna do? It's kind of like with Dan Brown.
Yeah.
Is it John Brown? Not John Brown, excuse me. They cut off they cut off the fortress or whatnot.
Yeah.
In the South, and he got everything trapped off, and he was fighting against the white people, for against them treating slaves bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
There was just too many people that was, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, and then like you said, with the mental abuse, you treat it like you're lesser than.
Right.
That messes with people a lot. Yeah. And I mean, especially if you've been in the education system and everything like that.
Yeah.
If you've been in the education system, you see that firsthand.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're a darker hue.
Yeah,
for
man.
real.
Because they really did, and I mean, it still affects us to this day. When you see like movies like School Days, where you had the light skin versus the dark skin, it's still going on. And it's just different ways. So they really did put us under a lot of mental abuse. We couldn't even do stuff like lift up our heads to acknowledge people. Sometimes you had to walk by people and just keep your head down. You couldn't even look somebody in the eye. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of stuff that really made us feel inferior. What up?
What up, Danelle? What up, Lister? I'm sorry, I met the.
Yeah.
And he's. What up?
We just heavy in the conversation, so we really appreciate y'all for joining us.
Yes, we appreciate you.
So, everybody, Dominic, Lister, Danelle, everybody, you know what I mean, Zara. So we appreciate y'all, and keep the comments coming,
Yep.
We don't want it to be all about the haterade, you know what I mean, but, if y'all got some constructive comments y'all want to add to the conversation, please do that, because this is something that we need to talk about, you know what I mean? So, but the full video, if you go back and watch it, you get a lot more perspective of what's going on, and you see more of the conversations that Kanye had with the other guy who, there's the video where the guy's sort of putting him in his place. I don't know the guy's name, but, so
the guy that had the Romology shirt, right?
Yeah. So, that was a good video too. So, if you haven't seen the whole thing together, you should watch that, because you get a really good perspective for what was going on. So,
well, what I was impressed with the whole, even with the spin, with the full video, what was cool with it was, you know what I'm saying, like, he waited for that gentleman, Kanye waited for that gentleman to speak, you know what I'm saying, and he came over there. I'm sorry, my brother. Gave him, dapped him up and gave him a hug. I thought that was cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with the world, I got what he was saying. The world's so much hate. That the love conquers all. I mean, I know y'all probably like, man, why y'all putting up with this Kanye bullshit? Like, like Joe Budden on the podcast.
It's not about putting up with it. We just trying to listen and really decipher what's going on. If you really want to get anywhere in this world, you got to listen. You got to be a good listener. And so sometimes people just hear the exterior. They don't really understand the whole interior. So that's all we're trying to do. So, but go ahead, continue.
But yeah, man, I think the whole interview was great. I mean, especially when they were talking about Scientology, how they were breaking that up. It's like, well, what's the difference between Scientology and every other religion? They say, oh, well, they don't have money like that. It's like, oh, they ain't got money like the church.
Right.
Like, he was breaking stuff down, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing I kind of liked about that. And I like what the gentleman said from the white gentleman from TMZ. Is like, with the free thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, we as Americans, we're being bullied how to think a certain way. So, I mean, yeah, I don't like Kanye putting on the Make America Great Again hat. Yeah, that shit sucks. But at the same time, I understand it's like, okay, he's trying to make us think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one of those things where you never really understand unless you really try to ask questions and get a person's true understanding of what they're saying. And so I get what Kanye is trying to do. He's not trying to say that I'm supporting some racist or bigot or whatever. I'm just trying to think differently, and I'm trying to show that, just kind of like, I don't know if it's a bad example or not, but just kind of like how the Steve Harvey thing was. Steve Harvey was like, well, I just wanted to be able to have a seat at the table and be able to voice my opinion. So even though y'all may not like it, he called me and asked me for my opinion and wanted my help, and so I thought it was the best thing to do was to at least get my seat at the table You know, and that was it.
Oh, when he went to he said he did
with
that.
him and Ben Carson.
Yeah, he hated when he
you
did
know,
that.
a lot of people were still real mad about that, but you know, I kind of get his perspective. I don't think I would have made the same choice, but I get it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I may not have made the same choice, but I get it.
Only thing I don't understand though, I know that Kanye tried to. I know Kanye was probably called by TMZ to come on there, but why TMZ? Because you know what I'm saying? It's like you know it's going to be spin. You know what I'm saying? That's like us going to Fox News or some shit. You know they're going to try to spin it some way. Yeah. Like we could be like talking and discussing like this, and it'd be like angry Negroes at Fox News.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just
TMZ is one of the worst, man. I've been saying that for the longest time, man, because they so slimy about how they get people, man, and they'll camp outside somebody's house for 3-4 weeks just to get 2 words out of them. You know what I mean? It's like they will stalk you, and that's what I really don't like. If I was ever into being a big celebrity, man, I be done went to jail over stuff like that. Don't do that to me, man. Don't just, you know what I mean?
I can see Curtis goes to jail for beating TMZ cameraman's
my
ass.
Mugshot. Be like, hey, I had to do it, man. He came up on me and I choked him out. So, you know, I told him to move the camera. He didn't want to move the camera.
And that TMZ guy must have fucked up. My man hit him about 46 times.
Exactly. He took me back to the New York days.
Man.
So, you know, but it's one of those things. But, you know, TMZ, I think they really pride themselves on being one of the first to really get news. You know what I mean? That's their whole thing. We were the first to get it. We were the first to break it. You know what I mean? They was the ones that broke the news about, I think, Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that. So that's what their whole thing is. We would do anything to get our story and to be the first to get it.
They like that one dude that was like over there in Funk Flex. Yo, my man, riding? My man's riding. Yo, my man, if we gonna die, I'm gonna die. My man gonna die with. No, hold the fuck up.
What?
Nah, no TMZ.
We didn't discuss this. Where is this coming from? I never discussed this much. Right here. Nah. You kind of had to look over here like, I don't know what.
I don't know this dude.
But yeah, so, I mean, it's crazy, man. What else you want to say about that, though?
Yeah, man. I mean, just about the TMZ thing. I just think it was a mistake for him to go on TMZ, but I mean, that's his choice. And then, respect to TMZ, that's y'all media outlet, that's y'all press. Y'all can take whatever you want and spin it the way you want to because that's your pay. You paid for that. That's y'all's press, and I understand that. It's just, why we can't get the truth out.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that really could have benefited everybody, the stuff that he talked about.
Put the whole thing out in the beginning. Don't put no snippets out and all of that. Put the whole thing out. I mean,
and if you're going to do snippets, make it where, there was, making things kind of equal and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, news outlets do it all the time. So, I mean, I can't.
I mean, I guess that's how they get their views or whatever. They kind of give you the juice first, and we'll tell you about the boring stuff later. But if you got time, please go check out that whole video because it's worth it. Because a lot of people see that's the mind frame now. We don't have a lot of patience to look at a 30-minute video because the whole thing is about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of us see that. Oh, I don't want to look at that. That's too long. Then you don't really want to know the truth. You know what I mean? Look at the whole thing so you can really give it a fair analysis. You know what I mean? So do that.
And from seeing that, I don't think he's that crazy. Now he might be a little touch on some stuff, but I don't think he's that crazy. I mean, I think the man was coherent.
Yeah.
I mean, some stuff he wasn't. I think sometimes. Especially for instance, since we were talking about, talking and dialogue, some of the stuff, like I have things I want to say, kind of like in my freestyle. If y'all missed that, which was probably
dope,
like,
son. Dope.
Nah, it was some shit. But anyway,
that was dope.
But anyway,
not
like
too many people can do that. I mean, you got dudes out here making all this money, like the little Yachties and Kodak Black and all them. They can't even do that, man. So that was dope. That was for the culture. Good job.
But anyway, but my mind think one thing, but when it comes out, something else comes out.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like. I think what Kanye had was kind of like that. Because, some of the stuff, like, he was coherent, but it's just like, he was coherent, but I just think there was some stuff he was trying to get out and trying to say, he couldn't say it, like, because his mind maybe blocked him or whatnot. Because, it just does that sometimes.
Yeah.
And, he made an interesting statement. Said, y'all TMZ people, y'all got a picture of Pac and John Lennon. So he said, I don't want to be the picture up there, but if I have to be, I will. Yeah. Which was crazy, man. I just, for him to say stuff like that, I'm just trying to figure out like where he's trying to go with it.
Yeah.
But let me kind of go back into this, where they talking about the T.I. interview on the Breakfast Club. Where he was talking about T.I.
That's another long one. That one was like 30 to 40 minutes, I think.
That was an interesting interview.
Yeah,
I'm not too much of a T.I. fan. We did talk about him about the on the Rapture, and it was great. It was actually a great expose. I think he's trying to use his voice rather, and use it for a platform, with the injustice and all that stuff. But he was talking about, yeah, man. So we was up there doing the thing, we doing the thing, Kanye, man. We ain't seen each other in a minute. I'm trying to do my T.I. impression. It sucks. But anyway, so they were hanging out.
That's my how you sound, though. Yeah.
But anyway, so he was saying like, so basically he was like, yeah, so we're going to get together. We're going to do some music, I went to the house, and he said, now, mind you, all that stuff that happened with the Make America Great Again and all that stuff, that was before we got together.
Right.
And then he said, basically, when he got in there, we talked about, when I heard about this stuff, I didn't, I just, before we did the little song and everything, said, look, man, what is going on? I just want to know what you're doing with this.
Right. What is your whole goal? What is your point? He said they talked for 4 hours. 4 hours, y'all. So this was a heavy conversation. This wasn't just no 5 minutes. I'm just trying to see what you're doing. They talked.
Yeah. Which is, and I think that's great because this is how we get to the point of like, it's like clear. It's like the onion. It's like you peeling the layers off, and you're trying to see like, okay, well, what's the meat of this thing?
Right.
What's making you think like this? Why are you thinking like this? This is who you are, So, but T.I. asked him a simple question, and basically it was, so when you put this hat on, do you think about the people, particularly your fans, that you could have hurt by putting this hat on? Man, I didn't think about that, man. It was crazy because it's like,
that was like a real big moment right there. I think T.I. was even saying that felt like a little breakthrough.
Because see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. T.I. actually went to school for psychology, I think. Went to college, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's smart. He ain't.
I could tell he got a good head on his shoulders, so yeah.
Yeah, he's smart. But the thing about it though was, they did the Ye versus the People song, which really I think you should check it out. It's Now, don't get me wrong. This ain't the first time somebody in hip hop done this, but I will say, as far as like the political landscape and having like political views, I think it's probably one of the first.
Yeah, I heard it, when T.I. said that when they recorded it, he felt like they was just, not even that serious. Like they were just bouncing off each other, going back and forth, playing around. And he was like, next thing I know, the man released the song. I didn't even know we finished it. He was like, I just thought we were just kicking it. You know what I mean? So, but apparently Kanye took it at face value and was just like, nope, I like it the way it is. Boom, let's release it. And I listened to it, man, and I do like it. I like it.
It's good.
It's got a good beat, and it's almost like real to real. I'm kicking my genuine opinion, and then you come back with your genuine opinion. They really go back and forth with each other, and it's like a conversation, just like T.I. said. So y'all need to check it out.
It's literally like Ye is Ye,
right,
and T.I. is the people,
right.
But it's
Kanye, Ye versus the people. So yeah. So that's what it's called, Ye versus the people.
But it's but yeah, man, that interview was just, But y'all should go and check out the TMZ.
Yeah, the full
one, and also you need to check out that T.I. with the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And honestly, you need to check out what Joe Budden's saying on his podcast, man. I mean, if you want a good laugh. I mean, for real. I mean, he just, I just think he's just a raw person, man. He just says what. He's not trying to be like all like, political correct. He just like, look, he like, fuck Kanye. All this. I mean he just
they about the same. They both just don't have no filter, when they talk. Just like Trump. And when I first heard the Kanye thing, when it jumped off, I was just like, yep, no wonder he with Trump. They both don't know how to filter the way they talk. So I get it.
Well, and then too, both kind of came up with virtually no help. I would say Kanye had maybe a little bit more help, but as far as like now, what I mean is Trump, like in political, and that's what T.I. was breaking down in political parties and whatnot. Trump really didn't have all that much help. He didn't really have like a party behind him. So.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think he had the Republican Party, but it's like a lot of them was kind of backing off. Because if you notice, the way I saw it, a lot of them was jumping on the bandwagon and want to support him once he won the nomination, that he was going to be the runner. They started running to jump on him, but then the more he talked and saying stupid stuff, they was like, oh, whoa, I'm not supporting this guy. He a loose cannon, so I'm not supporting him. So I think he could have had more help, but he really didn't need it because the way I looked at it was he's a salesman.
Yep.
He knows how to sell people. He don't have to have a whole bunch of support. He knows how to talk his way into anything, and that just proves it. He talked his way right up into that Oval Office, and so when it first
grabbing the Oval Office,
right. When it first happened, that was my first comment. I was like, dude, he's a salesman. He's a master salesman, and he knows what he's talking about. So he knows how to get people to jump on his bandwagon. And he ended up being just like the average politician. You say a lot, but then later on you got to retract. And, oh, well, yeah, I can't do it like I thought I could do it. I'm going to build a wall. Where your wall at? You ain't laid one brick down. You know what I mean? And you ain't gonna lay no bricks down. So it's like you might as well let the idea go. But that was his whole thing. We're gonna build a wall, we're gonna keep him out, and you know what I mean? Man, listen, he turned out to be just like any other politician, all talk. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get back to Yeezy.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, and I think that's the reason why he come up here and say, man, I love Trump, man, I love Trump. And I think that's the reason why, because like you said, they had so much in common. Yeah. I just hope, just a reply to comment talk about I hope he don't turn into Stacey Dash.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope not neither. Man. I mean, I hope he ain't trying to turn into that. I mean, but I do understand his point. Like, you know, black people, as far as like you saying this, that, saying that, fuck this, fuck that.
Right.
But that way it's not working. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I kind of get what he's like, look, you know, sometimes we got to approach things different. You know, these people are human beings too. Just because they don't, you know, they have different views, don't mean that, hey, you know, like you got to hear them, you know, not necessarily hear them out, but also be able to, like, hey, let's get to a common ground.
Right.
You know, like with Ye and T.I., you know what I'm saying? Let's peel this onion. Let's see what the root of this thing. Let's see what your values.
Right.
And you know, your knowledge, what your morals, your principles. Yeah. What do you stand for? You know. And we really as a country need to have that conversation. And just like that man said on TMZ, we need to really start, you know, need to be thinking and you know, not be bullied to how to think. Because, I mean, it's pretty much, well, my view to the left, and my views to the left is, you know, I'm going to go with these guys. Because this, you know, the view to the right is, I'm going to go to these guys. Right. You know, and some people, you know, especially with the left and the right, especially, like, you got the poorest of whites that will vote Republican, and Republican people ain't even for poor people. Right. Ain't even for poor whites, period. Right. But they will vote for Republican just to feel that they feel important that they're part of that class.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, it's almost like if you vote Republican, you're voting for the 1% that control the whole country, you know, who got all that money. You know what I mean? Because it's only like a handful of people who got the most money in this country. You know what I mean? In this whole world, actually. But, you know, that's what they talk about, that wealthy 1%. They got more money than Diddy and all of them combined. You know, Jay-Z.
They signed Diddy, Jay-Z, all them checks.
Right, exactly. They the ones who signed their checks. Yeah. So, you know, that's what Republicans feel like when they voting for another Republican. Like, they voting for the 1%. We're going to keep this thing. And
like Robin Harris. Just sit next to the man. Sit next to the man. Sit next to the man. Sit next to the goddamn man.
Yo. Peace to Robin Harris.
Yes,
man.
sir.
That's one of the greatest.
Yes, sir.
There, one of the greatest comedians ever, man.
DL Hughes stole his shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I appreciate you, DL. I appreciate what you're doing too, man. What you said on the whole slavery thing. In the GED section, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
That was beautiful.
But yeah, man. So you know, I've heard a lot of people talking about Kanye's new music, and you know, everybody's saying that it's good. The ones who've actually heard it all, saying that it's really good. I haven't heard much of it, so I'm gonna have to find out. But a lot of people trying to figure out whether he's doing this whole thing as a publicity stunt, you know what I mean? Just trying to get people. I don't think that's what it is, you know what I mean? Because there's people like T.I. behind the scenes who said that Kanye was calling him up and was like, yo, is it really that bad? You know what I mean? Am I really messing people up? So you can tell he didn't really do it genuinely to get publicity. I think he's just such a free thinker that he really thinks he can just say whatever. And so when random stuff pops in his head, like it does to all of us, he doesn't filter it out. He just lets it come out. So the average person, when they hear stupid stuff in their head, they kind of think about it and say, wait, should I say that? Nah, that might not sound right. Let me think about that. You know what I mean? He don't think about that. He just lets it flow. You know what I mean? So that is what it is, man. But you know, he still makes good music, so I give him credit for that. He just
particularly this beat right here, produced.
Exactly.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I went back and downloaded some of that stuff, man. I was like, man, I just forgot, like through that 2000s and man. Matter of fact, I like this beat, but I gotta play this one. I gotta play this one. Y'all don't know nothing about this shit right here, boy. Yes, sir.
Your boy Ho.
Yo, and that was back. Yo, Scarface killed it.
Yeah,
And then my man Russ came in there. Yo, aka Mr. Half a Brick. Yo, he came in, boy.
Yeah, man.
God, boy.
He was killing the beats, man. I mean, he's a hell of a producer, man, and a rapper.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't think he's the best lyrically, but he definitely. Oh, we back.
There we go.
Yeah, we had to pay that bill real quick. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we put like $5 on it for a minute, so we ain't got much more time for they cut us again.
Yeah.
You know the man is after us.
$5.05. $5.05. But anywho. But yeah, man. Just you can't deny the man greatness though, as far as like the beats and stuff. I mean, going back and downloading them beats and just thinking about
Right. You ever heard the joint he did for Jay-Z, Lucifer?
Oh,
Lucifer. Yo, that beat was just sickening. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my God. I literally played that song like 50 times in a row. The first time I heard it, I was like, hold up, I gotta rewind that, man. How do you come up with that beat? That beat was just so stupid to me, man. I loved it.
Yeah, I really wish Kanye. He talking about he was trying to focus on the clothes and all that stuff. He really need to go back to the music. What he really need to do is he need to try to do. He really needs to try to do the Pete Rock thing, man, and just do like production, man, and get different people on there.
Right.
I mean, I guess that's kind of old school. And, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, he was basically, because when he first came out, that's who I thought he was going to be. He was going to be like the Pete Rock of this era. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll just see what happened, though. We'll just see what happened.
Yep. So, that's this week with Kanye. He's been making this whole week just live, man.
Live.
You know, so. That's enough. We can talk about this for 2 or 3 weeks, man. For real.
Just about.
But like we said, go check out the video for yourself. You know what I mean? And let us know what you think about it, because it's really interesting to hear everything come out. You know what I mean? So, and the T.I. thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because T.I. ain't gonna hold nothing back. I gotta give it to him. He a real dude. He gonna speak and tell you the truth. This is how it happened. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So, let me, we're going to switch gears here. What I've done is a little bit of investigation. A little bit of investigation. So we're going to switch gears rather. So, let me see here. I'm trying to figure out what we can play. Alright. So, we all, excuse me, these photos being black and white. We all know who this is, right? We all know who this is, correct? Alright. Mr. Tupac Shakur, Mr. Biggie Smalls.
There you go.
Alright. So y'all know these guys, right?
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s.
Alright, everybody knows these guys.
There you go. Yep.
I actually like those people.
Yeah.
Sorry about them being in black and white. I'm too cheap to pay for clothes.
Hey,
but does anybody know who these guys are?
I know some of them faces. I can't recognize them all though.
And the beat we are listening to, hold on. This group is the Jurassic 5. Alright.
Okay.
Now, there is a conspiracy saying that, hold on, let me see, let me pull some more pictures. There's conspiracy, if you can see, the group is Akil, Zakir, aka Sue, Mark 7, Charlie Tuna, Cut Chemist and DJ Newmark. Okay. This guy right here is supposed to be Tupac Shakur. Supposedly. A killer. That's supposed. Yeah, I mean, this is the conspiracy. This happened last year. I didn't even know about this.
Wow.
I just kind of pulled into this the other day. The guy right here, this guy's suit, standing next to him, his name, that's supposed to be Biggie. That's supposed to be Biggie Small.
Supposed to be Biggie?
Yeah, that's supposed to be Biggie Small. This guy, Charlie Tuna, is supposed to be Tupac's childhood friends who sang Fatal.
Wow.
And Mark 7, I forgot who Mark 7 was supposed to be, but he's probably been one of Pac's friends from the Outlaws of the past too. And then DJ Newmark is supposed to be Johnny J, who both produced for Tupac and Biggie. And I forgot who cut. I don't think they mentioned Cut Chemist. They might have, but anywho.
Yeah, see, I know of Jurassic 5, but I don't know the faces like that, so I didn't even know too much about what they look like.
So basically, this lady, I think it's a lady, I don't know. It's supposed to be Tupac's cousin. And basically what this person, I'm going to say this person because I don't know if it was a he or she, but said that basically what happened, this is my favorite song. This is a Concrete Schoolyard. Oh, dang. It dropped. Okay, hold on. My bad. Yo, this right here, this is Summertime, like, on cassette. Or you got, I'm telling you, this shit go hard.
Wow.
But, anywho, this lady, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, because I'm a jam. But, this lady said that basically that, all these people, they faked their deaths because the whole Illuminati thing, they didn't do any sacrifices and stuff, so what they ended up doing was faking their death, and they came back as other people. This lady also says that, I don't know if people heard about the Bill Hicks' Alex Jones theory, but that's kind of one of the things that they said, like, oh, Bill Hicks, Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe, like, again, like I said, I don't believe this. I was just, you know what I'm saying? I was just, kind of, pulled by this. As you can see, both their pictures right there, that's Tupac and that's Kill. They do have similar noses.
Yeah, similar.
But I don't think they're the same person.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is Charlie Tuna. That's saying Fatal down there. They're saying that's who that was supposed to be. That's Soup. And again, let me get a picture of Biggie. And it said that his face been reconstructed, but he still has the lazy eye. So
I don't think this.
I feel they're reaching.
Yeah, it's kind of a reach. I mean, I get it. It would be dope if they did something like that, but that's a little bit of a reach. It would be, but it's just a little bit of a reach. It's like I've seen some of the best surgeries in the world, and they ain't that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I mean that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about. But the thing of it is, it's just weird to me because we're gonna talk. I kind of typed up printed up their Wikipedia. They basically they came out of L.A. They actually came from Jurassic 5 was actually like two groups: Rebels of Rhythm and Unity Community.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Unity Committee. So they pretty much put those two together to make Jurassic 5. And actually they did their thing. They made 3 albums. Let's see, they made the EP, Quality Control, and I think was it not High Fidelity, Power and Numbers. I think it's Power. Is it Power and Numbers? Dang it! Hold on. I'm gonna go through the album discography.
You got a list with that?
Yeah, it's the LP. Yeah, it is Power and Numbers, Quality and Control, Power and Numbers, and then they also did some other stuff to be vague. But anywho, they were together from 1993, and they broke up in 2007. Yeah. See, I didn't know. I knew they broke up, but I didn't know that they got back together in 2013. Yep. Now, and they're still presently together. Now, the whole thing about this is they were talking about, and I'm just going by hearsay on some of the stuff I saw in some YouTube videos. You know, if you can think back to when Tupac, the hologram Tupac, when they did the concert with the Blue Beam, Project Blue, with the Blue Beam, with the whatchamacallit. Okay, so he was at Coachella, and Jurassic 5 happened to be at Coachella as well. I think they played the next year.
Oh,
there.
okay.
They also have there's a couple other live clips where they said that basically Akil sounds like Tupac in the crowd, like on some of his auto tracks and some of the stuff in some of the stuff in like the live performances.
Oh wow.
Again, that can be easily altered nowadays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in the conspiracy. But if this is true, your hat's got to go off to them, because they basically made the most illest fucking supergroup ever.
Right. If they pulled that off.
They made the biggest supergroup ever. I mean, some of their beats, they wasn't like, but I mean, there it goes. There it goes.
We was sitting the force to it. Y'all know that about that.
What up, yo, though?
Oh, what up, Britt?
Hey, Brittany.
Okay.
But anyway, going back to what I was saying, Jurassic 5, they wasn't like I said, they wasn't like, their beats and stuff wasn't that great, but the one thing that you listen to was, the lyrical skills, and the one thing they did was they did the voice in unison, which I thought that was great. So like on the chorus it'd be like J-A-U-R capital S-S-I-C 5 C's in the flesh, but they all do that together, and it was just so dope. It was so dope, man. I mean, they were a great group. You don't believe how many great people love them motherfuckers, man. I seen it, man. I shit you not. One day I was in High Point going to the local food market over there. Seen this white guy. I mean, he looked kind of dingy, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't look like he would just be, a hip hop head. Right. But I walked up and I seen the beam and it had J5 on it. What? And I'm like, yo. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, we chatted for like a grip about that, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I hope to see him perform. Actually, honestly, maybe I can actually hear some Tupac and get some goosebumps and some vibes.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and really, skim through a lot of this stuff that I don't know.
Jurassic 5 was like that, man. They was just that group. And see, what was big about them? See, them and Dilated Peoples back, because see, this was. When the days I was listening to them, this was when like Swain Tech released an album called This or That, and when they released this album, they had Dilated Peoples on there, and they had Jurassic 5 on there with their tracks. And see, Interscope signed both Dilated People and Jurassic 5. And that was like a big move for like the underground, because it was like, man, that's cool. Like big label signed both of these acts, So, and shout out to Evidence, man. Evidence, not to, switch gears. Evidence got an album out. I think it came out earlier this year. And actually, he does photos and photography, which is great with him.
Oh, word?
Oh, this is one of my favorites right here. Yes, sir. And this is actually on the Sway and Text This and That album. Oh, but it's also on the Quality Control album. Okay. But yeah, this is definitely, man. That beat right there is just, God, I just missed that drum, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard this one before.
Yo, this good, man, I'm telling you. Man, if Pac and Biggie and all them made this super group, right. I'm telling you, they did a fucking dope thing. Because these guys are just like, they were old school, but they were kind of like, they were old school rhymers, but they still had their own style, man. They was just cool. But what do y'all believe? Just put your comments down. Dominic saying like it's bullshit. Hey, you never know, man.
Dominic don't believe in nothing, man.
You never know, man. I mean, shoot. They literally taking shit and making it taste like me. Yeah. You never know what's happening. I'm for real, man.
You never know.
I'm for real.
Well, that's a good one to think about, you know what I mean? Because you never know. Nowadays, they can pull stuff off, you know?
Yep.
So, I wouldn't doubt that it's possible. I don't know if this is it, but I wouldn't doubt if it's possible.
Yeah.
So,
like I said. But anyway, I think I'm on anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, not really, man. We got next week, we're going to get back into talking a little bit more about Rapture. We're going to catch up more about that next week.
Yep.
But, we're going to step away from that this week just so we can talk about the Kanye and now this new conspiracy evidence that Jurassic 5 might be some of your favorite rappers.
Favorite rapper. On that note, I'm going to hit him with this one because it's one of my favorites. But yeah, man, I mean, this is something to think about. I mean, but like I said, I think they started this last year because this was in 2017. But like, again, I just didn't know about it. I didn't hear anything about this until, maybe looking up stuff on YouTube. And it just took me by surprise because it was like, I know this group is broke up. They broke up. Right. So like, why are they doing this? Why are they talking about this now?
Right.
So, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, they say they doing all, a bunch of stuff nowadays. I did read about them getting back together in 2013. And I think they're doing some touring and stuff now. So, it's always good to hear, that real hip-hop is really doing something, you know what I mean? So
they need to do an album, man. Yeah. They need to get some heavy hitters on that, man. But anywho, I think this is it. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Red. I'm telling you, man, that was that group, man.
Yeah, man.
God, yo, yes, sir. But, we gonna get out of here, man.
Yep, this has been Triad Hip Hop Podcast, episode 35.
Ye against the world! Ye against the world!
Ye against the world, man. You couldn't have said it better. So, he named the song just right. Ye versus, or Ye versus the people, or however you want to say it. So, definitely go out and check that out. And we really appreciate y'all. This is your man,